everyone, it's Professor Baldwin with another solve and check problem. Now remember, in order to solve and check, you need to have your polynomial in standard form. So everything on one side and then equal to 0. So let's get this into standard form by subtracting 5x from both sides and subtracting 6 from both sides. That brings us to x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Since everything's on the left and then it's equal to 0, we have standard form. Now, notice that we have a leading coefficient of 1. There's no number in front of our x squared. That means when we find the two values that multiply together to -6 and also add to that middle coefficient, -5, that's going to tell us the values of our factors. So what goes in each of these binomials? Now, what possibilities do we have for numbers that multiply to -6? Well, we have -1 times 6, 1 times -6, or -2 times 3, or 2 times -3. The 2's and the 3's don't work because those just get us to 1 or -1 when we add. So it's either -1 times 6, well, that would add together to give us a +5. So it's 1 and -6. So remember, that's the number we use for our binomials. And now that we have the factored form, x plus 1 times x minus 6 equals 0, we can use that zero product property, which tells us either x plus 1 equals 0 or x minus 6 equals 0. And we solve. Subtract 1 from both sides. So one possible answer is x equals -1. The second, we add 6 to both sides. So the other possibility is x equals 6. And remember that the most important part is to check. And when we check, we have to use the original equation. We never want to use one that we've altered because we could have made a mistake when we altered. So we have x squared equals 5x plus 6. First we'll plug in the -1, and to check we have -1 squared equals 5 times -1 plus 6. -1 squared is a +1, and 5 times -1 is -5 plus 6. Does 1 equal -5 plus 6 1? It does. So x equals -1 is a possible solution. Now let's check 6. So 6 squared, does that equal 5 times 6 plus 6? 6 squared is 36. 5 times 6 is 30. So the left is 36 and the right 30 plus 6 is 36. That also checks. So x equals 6 is another possible answer. So our final answer is x equals -1 or 6.